Hi budgeting friends, my name is Becky. Welcome back to my channel. This channel is all about documenting my good midlife crisis. I woke up in my 40s and I realized that I did not have my poop in a group and it was time to do that. I am going to be working on my mental, my physical, and my financial health, focusing primarily right now to get started on my financial health. If this sounds like something that you would be interested in, make sure you subscribe so you can travel along with me. I'd love to have you join me on my journey. Today, I'm going to be doing my very first YNAB budget with me. I did a budget mom budget with me on last week, and that was where I was getting prepared for the paycheck that is going to hit tomorrow morning. That paycheck is already in my account, so I'm going to be budgeting it out with you this evening. Please bear with me. This is my first time I'm trying to do screen capture, and I waited all day to do this. My work has been super crazy busy. So I waited all day to do this, and now my roommate is playing PlayStation where I would normally be recording. So I'm in my room. Welcome to my room. Anyway, I'm going to shrink myself so y'all can see my screen, and I already have my YNAB pulled up. Let me see if I can make this work. I practiced, believe it or not, I practiced this. Okay, so I can see myself. So as you can see, my paycheck has already been entered. For reasons, I'm not going to go into my checking account simply because I realized that I label my paycheck with my company name, and I don't know my company's policy on sharing pay. So this is basically it's my paycheck. Also, if you watched my budget with me with the Budget Mom paycheck, which if you didn't, it was my very first video. It was 30 minutes long and it was very rambly. Hopefully this one will be shorter because I've already planned out what I'm going to be doing with my money. But if you watch that, you will know that I am also anticipating a $5 check. I'm not anticipating it. I physically have the check. I just haven't gotten to the bank. I tried to go to the bank this weekend. They were closed before I got there. Only the drive-ins are open right now, and they were closed at noon. I thought they closed at 1. And then Snowmageddon is happening here in Austin again. Fortunately, not as bad as last year, but I couldn't get out to get to the bank today. So hopefully tomorrow, if not tomorrow, by Saturday, I will have that check deposited. I'm not going to budget that $5 out today, but honestly, it's $5, and I will be still including it with this check. I'm going to show you real quick. I've already set this all up on my budget by paycheck from the Budget Mom. And we're just going to go through and put this into YNAB. As you can see, I did do a little overspending in my dining out category, so I need to cover that. And then holding for now is a category that I added. This is going to be my rollover from last month. I had a little bit more rollover, but this is the money that I used to DoorDash some food to a friend of mine who has COVID and could not get out, so I sent her some food. I talked about that in a previous video. I can't remember which one. Because I've only been doing this channel for 4 days and I've already put out like 4 videos because I have so much I need to get caught up on. I promise I'll slow down once I get this all figured out and get into a rhythm. Unless you like lots of videos, then let me know and I'll keep making lots of videos. So anyway, welcome to my YNAB. This is where I am. I did a debt confession the other day, so these numbers here all match the numbers that I showed on my debt confession. All of my debt is credit card debt. I don't have the car on here because, as I said, that car is not something that that's not something that I am responsible for paying. I mean, technically I'm responsible for it because it's in my name, but the person who has the car makes payments to me every month, so I'm not tracking that debt. And he is supposed to be in the process of putting this car in his name. I don't know where he is with that because I bother him about it all the time and he hasn't gotten anywhere. Anyway, let's go ahead and start budgeting according to what I planned on. So the way I like to do this is first I cover my overspending. So I'm going to cover my overspending with my ready to assign, and then everything is zeroed out. I'm also going to move this $50 to ready to assign. And then this is the actual money that I have left to budget with. Everything else, that dollar, whatever that was, has already been spoken for. And there should not be any other overspending. Oh, look, my mom's car insurance came out today. and it was 33 cents less than I thought it was going to be. So I'm going to go ahead and move that to ready to assign as well. Score. I do pay a couple of bills for my mom. I pay my mom's car insurance, and I pay my mom's cell phone bill, which, there it is. These I pay for my mom because after my dad passed away, my mom was left with just her Social Security and a little bit of my dad's pension. The majority of it cut off when he passed away, and so she lost over half of her income when my dad passed away last year. So I took over just a couple of her bills, and I help out where I can, but until I can get myself out of all this credit card debt, I can't really do more for her, and that's part of the main reason that I want to get rid of all of this debt here so that I can start really trying to help my mom. I did my January closeout just right before I recorded this video, and I will upload that video. But the amount of money that I'm spending in debt payments every month, I could like pay for 2 cars. I could pay for, if I added that to my rent, I could just pay for a much nicer place, and I could move my mom in with me. I really need to focus on getting out of debt. It just drives it home for me. So I'm going to stop rambling. I'm going to try to stop rambling, and I'm going to get into this. So I need to cover everything. Today is the 3rd. I get paid on the 4th, and then I get paid again on the 18th. So this check needs to cover everything up through February 17th. And when I set up my YNAB, I set up the dates that everything is due, and if it's sometimes varies, I put the earliest date that it would possibly come out just to make sure I'm covered. So it's easy for me to see what I have to pay and what I have to cover before my next check. Even my credit cards are set up that way. If it doesn't have a date, that means it doesn't have a specific date that it's due, and I can fund this from either check. I can do half and half. I can do however works for my checks. So let's get up here. So I'm going to put in $75 into my dining out. No, I said I'm going to, slight technical hiccup there. Sorry. I told you this is my first time trying to do a screen capture, and I thought I was being super smart, and I set up my hotkeys for pause and start as 0 and 1 because I play The Sims, and 0 is how you pause The Sims and 1 is how you go back to normal speed. But then I realized that when I went to put in the $100, I paused it and started it and paused it and started it. And then I was like, what's going on? So anyway, sorry if there's a blip. I am really figuring this out, and I will have it. So I've changed my hotkeys now. So I'm going to add $100 to dining out this month, and that is slightly higher than I normally would do because I have my mom's birthday coming up and my nephew's birthday. I am putting $100 in my groceries. I am putting $156.80 into my feelings, and that is because this is part of my health journey. These are for Optavia, and these are feelings that you eat every day. I tried to film what I eat in a day with me yesterday. I don't know if yesterday was the right day to do that because I made some poor choices. So I might not post that. I might do it another day. But feelings are what you eat, and they're typically about $400 a month. But I am trying to knock it down to closer to $300 a month if I can, so that I can save that extra $50. That's my goal. We'll see. So my next shipment is coming tomorrow, and it will be $156.80. It's already set up to come, so I know what that is exactly. Fun money, I'm giving myself $30. Gas, I'm going to give myself $25, which I don't know what that is. I'm going to give myself $25. And I'm not putting anything in holding for now, and I'm not putting anything. Reimbursable is if I buy food for somebody and they're paying me back. I put it in here, though I really haven't used it lately. I've just been putting my food in the dining out, and then when they pay me back, I put that money in the dining out as like additional money in the dining out. So we'll see. Mom's insurance, I've already budgeted and it's already come out, and same with my car insurance. That all came out of my last check. Aflac has to come out of this. So the great thing about YNAB, there are so many great things, but one of the great things is I can just hit this underfunded button. And since I've set a target of what I need each month, and I know what this is each month, then it comes out. I can just fill it automatically. Same thing with Wash and Roll. This is the car wash subscription that I have. Adobe, I have the Adobe Acrobat subscription, and I love that subscription, and it is well worth the $16. And you get 2 logins with that, so I share it with a friend as well. YouTube Music is $10.81. Technically, y'all, I could just click multiples and do them all at once, but I'm going to go through these one at a time for y'all since this is my first one. Discovery Plus is due on the 15th. That I think has to come out of this. Yes, because I forgot. I have to go through the 8th through the 17th. Discovery Plus, that I watch and my mom watches. So OneDrive, that is my Office subscription. It gets me extra storage on my OneDrive. It gets me Office 360. And then I also include my HP Insta Ink subscription in here, which up until last month when I started doing this budgeting and all these challenges, I really didn't use my Insta Ink. I'm on the $0 a month plan, and then I pay like $1 for every 10 pages. I get 10 pages for free, and then $1 for every 10 pages that I print. So if I print 30 pages, I pay $3. Last month I ended up paying $4 because I printed so much. So I'm going to keep a little bit extra in here as well. Audible doesn't come out until the 23rd, so everything after this, I put them all in date order. Should be good. The only thing that's in here that does have specific due date that isn't listed is my contacts. I wear contacts, and I wear dailies, and they're on an auto ship every 4 weeks, and so that date fluctuates. So I keep track of that on my planner on my calendar, so I know when it's coming out, and they just came out last check, so I know they're not due yet. Credit card. So here I'm going to go ahead and fund everything that I have to fund through the 17th again. So if you watched my debt confession video, you'll see that I keep this Venmo balance at 0. So I have a Venmo balance on my card of $263.21, and that is what I want to pay. So I need to pay another $88.52 to meet that goal. So I'm going to hit that, and now I have $236.21. And that matches what I owe. And this actually comes out of my Venmo app. So when Seth pays me for his car payment, and when anybody reimburses me for food that I buy, they normally Venmo it to me. And so I just leave it in my Venmo app, and then I use that to pay off my card. And I use that card mostly for dining out and groceries. That's pretty much what I use that card for. So anytime I go to Chipotle or HEB, I'm probably going to be using my Venmo card. My Sam's card, these, again, I set these targets so that I would pay everything off by December 22nd. If you watched my my debt confession, I explained how I am trying to pay all these cards off. So these balances here, if I pay whatever this says, $71.68, if I pay $71.68 by every month, then I will pay this card off by December of this year, and then I will be out of debt, except for this card, this Chase Amazon card, and this PayPal, because the balances are so high, I couldn't work those into my budget, so I just set them at 100. But once I paid everything off, then I'll start putting all the extra toward them. So I'm still hoping to have everything paid off by December. This Sam's, so you'll notice there's already money in here, and that's because of the way YNAB works. And when you spend money in a category, but you say you spent it on that card instead of out of your checking account, it moves the money from, say, your grocery budget, because this is Sam's Club, so it's probably either gas or groceries. It'll move it from your grocery category down into here, so you'll have that money available for making a payment. It's also, if you see how I have this credit card interest here? If you are charged interest on your card, you can set it up to where it will automatically put that interest into your credit card as a payment. So this what I need to pay is not included in what I have spent or what my interest payments are. This is just additional. So my actual payment that I'm going to be making to Sam's Club is $148.45, even though only $71.68 of that is for my actual balance that I had. I hope all of that makes sense. The hardest part about getting YNAB set up for me was the credit cards, trying to figure out how to make it work. But once it clicked, y'all, it's changed my life, because I will tell you that I had all of these cards paid off. until October, when I had kind of I had a little bit of a meltdown, and I'll go into that in another video. That's going to be part of my mental health journey. Right now, we're focusing on my financial health journey. But anyway, when that happened, I charged up a lot of cards, as you can see. Maurice's, I am doing very well on paying that down. I'm super excited. So this $54.13 is what I have to pay to get this paid off by June. Actually, I didn't even know I had Maurice's set to June. $54.13, and I'll have this paid off by June, but $61.43 because I also had the interest hit. Capital One is due on the 15th. I'm going to underfund that. And then I have Chase Amazon. This was my dad's card. Like I said, my dad passed away, but the card is still active. I use it. All of the charges on here are my charges. Or charges that I made for other people, but I agreed to pay. Like, these are not my dad's charges. This card was at a 0 balance when I got it. So I pay this off. And yes, I have managed to charge this up myself. I'm really good at spending money, y'all. Really good. That is all that needs to be funded in the credit card section out of this check. I'm going to go down to these are sinking funds. I also call them surprise expenses. These are expenses that come along, you know they're coming along, and for some reason, you're just never prepared for them. Like, you're like, what? The dogs need food? Who knew that was going to happen? You mean I have to register my car this year? When did that start? I forget, at least I know I never planned for them. So pet expenses, I'm putting $50 in there. I have 2 giant dogs and I have a cat. And my roommate and I split all the costs of everything for the dogs. So we split the vets and we split the food and anything else that comes up. And then the cat is solely mine. Nathan's not a big fan of cats, but he does love Tyler. Don't let him tell you he doesn't love Tyler. But anyway, I buy the cat food and the cat litter. My cat is an indoor-outdoor cat, and I know that is very controversial, but he was a feral cat, and so it was impossible to keep him in when I got him. And I did get him as a kitten, but he was already used to being outside, so I could not keep the cat inside. And he does a very good job of keeping mice and things out of our yard. He leaves us nice little presents. So anyway, because he goes outdoor, he does not use his litter box very often. So fortunately, I don't have to buy litter very often. But he does eat a lot of food. So anyway, gifts and giving, I am trying to find where I put that on this list. I am putting $75 into that right now. Ecclesial expenses. This is my church. We call our church groups ecclesias. So like I am in the Austin ecclesia, and then there is a Lampasas ecclesia, which is about 45 minutes from us. So instead of the Austin church, we're the Austin ecclesia. I can't tell you why. I don't know where I know that name is from the Old Testament, but I'm not sure why they chose to use it. But that's what it is. And then stuff I forgot to budget for. I've been doing YNAB for a little over a year. Actually, it's probably been about a year and a half. And so I've gotten pretty good at making sure I have all of my categories covered. So I'm not putting anything in the stuff I forgot to budget for. You'll see here that I did put something in there last month. That is because my mom moved, and I needed to update her address on her license, and I hadn't budgeted for that because I didn't know that was going to happen. She tried to do it. She couldn't figure out how to get it done on her phone, and she doesn't have a computer yet. She's getting one for her birthday. I think she knows about that. But she's getting one for my nephew for her birthday. She's getting a computer. She is going to be helping out with Sunday school scholars at our mission in Africa. So she is very excited about doing that. It's going to help fill her time now that she's retired and lives alone. I mean, she's been retired, but now that my dad's passed and she lives alone. And so my aunt contacted her yesterday, but my mom doesn't have a computer. So my nephew is giving her a computer for her birthday. So that's really exciting. But anyway, that's where that $11 came from. I am going to be, and I don't have any target set for these. You know what I didn't put money in is my credit card interest payment. So if you can see here, this $95.55, I just clicked on it, so it's kind of hard to see. But this amount right here is what is coming up in expenses. So this month I will have $95.55 of interest, y'all, just interest on these cards. I cannot wait to get them paid off. But I am putting $100 into this category right now. And that should cover all of my upcoming transactions. I forgot to fill that. So for this check, new phone is getting $50. I did not put a target for this because I'm just going to try to throw what I can at it. Self-care is getting $50. That is up. Normally I do $30. But as I mentioned in a previous video, I really want a massage, and those are not cheap. So I am saving. I'm going to skip clothes. If you watched my Budget with Me, Budget Mom, Budget by Paycheck, I said I was going to put $35 in this or $34 in this, but I'm going to skip it for right now because, like I said, I didn't get that $5 check deposited yet, and then I was $2 over in my dining out category. So I'm just going to hold off on that for a minute. Car maintenance is getting $25. Emergency fund is getting $50. And then what is my emergency fund goal? Oh my goodness, that goal is very high. I don't know if I can do that. New car, I don't think has anything coming. I'm sorry, I'm checking my handwritten one. I don't think I have anything in new car yet. I don't. 52-week challenge is getting $53. And if you watched my savings challenges video that I posted last night, you will know that I do the savings challenge 2 weeks at a time because I get paid bi-weekly. So each check has 2 weeks in it. And I do the first week of the year and the last week of the year. And then the second week of the year and the second to last week of the year, and so on and so forth. And it works out to be $53 out of every check, which is manageable for me. It's a lot more manageable than trying to come up with $104 out of the first check or the last check. So my 2022 savings challenges, these are part of the Budget Mom savings challenges that she does, and it's a $10 subscription, and it's very worth it. You get 3 challenges a month. You get access to the online Facebook community, and she goes live. She and her friend Ryan go live once a month, and they encourage you and check in with you, and the whole community is very encouraging, and there's different challenges, fun ways to save money. So the first one I did an app challenge, and I modified it to fit my own budget, so I'm putting $23 in that. Vacation, I don't think I have anything for this check. Close. I skipped passport renewal. Y'all, this is, I don't remember who it was, so I apologize. If it was you, let me know that it was you. It was another fellow YNAB budgeter, and they were saving for their passport, and I was like, that is genius. That is one of those, I didn't think about that at all, and it's something that I know I'm going to have to renew. My passport is only from 2 years ago, so I have 8 more years before I have to renew it, so it's not very much money. It's $1.77 a month, but I can totally save $1.77 a month rather than in 8 years trying to pop out $150 out of nowhere that I totally wasn't planning on. So I'm just going to save $1.77 a month. Thank you, fellow YNABer. I feel like I have a lot more money left over than I thought I was going to. Oh, because Mission Lane, I'm going to put an additional $70 toward. That's right, I said I was going to make a $200 payment, so $70.68 is going into Mission Lane. Is that right? Did I just do that right? 70.68 plus 128. Oh, because this was supposed to be 130. I'm going to put another dollar in here. Okay, that's $200. Okay, and then I have $21.99 left, and that is because I did not fund my clothes. So I'm just going to put that money in my holding for now until I get the get that check deposited, and then I'm also going to, because I do have more savings challenges to do, so I'm going to hold off on funding clothes. I don't need clothes anytime soon. As I said, I'm on a weight loss journey, so clothes are in my future, but they're not in my immediate future. So if I can't fund that sinking fund this month, it's not the end of the world. you will see that I have other things down here that I have not funded yet. I will fund these out of my next paycheck. Duolingo is obviously Duolingo. It's a language learning app. I am saving this renews in, I can't remember when this renews. I don't even know when it's due. Doesn't say. Anyway, I'm thinking about canceling this because I really have to force myself to log on every day and do my lessons. I have not completed a new lesson since I had my little meltdown in September. So I'm just kind of going over and over and over what I've already learned, and I feel like that's not worth $90 a year. YNAB is. YNAB is 100% worth the money that I pay for it. So I save just a little bit. I save $9.20 a month. And then when it comes due in September, I will have the money available to pay. Sam's Club, only $45, well worth it. And I do prefer Sam's over Costco, even though Costco is actually closer to me by about 20 minutes. Maybe 15 minutes. I might be exaggerating. But anyway, Costco's closer, but I feel like I just like Sam's better. I like the feel of it. I've been going to Sam's longer. It's slightly cheaper for the same things, and it is significantly less crowded. Plus, they have that like scan as you go app on your phone where you can like scan the stuff as you walk around the store. I think it won't let you buy like alcohol. No, it does let you buy. I can't remember. There's like some restrictions, but for the most part, you just scan everything. Then you pay with the card that you have on file, and then you just show your app at the door, and you walk out, and you don't have to stand in lines, which is especially helpful at holiday times and Christmas time. Holidays meaning like any holiday, like 4th of July or Easter, Thanksgiving, or anything. And then like specifically holiday time, like Christmas time, when the stores are packed. It is so nice to just be able to scan everything as you put it in your cart and then leave the store. And then registration and inspection, because I have a cart. And you have to register those and inspect them and all that fun stuff. So these are my categories. That was my paycheck. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey. I really love the fact that you're here. Please let me know how you're doing with your journey. Are you in your 40s and trying to get your stuff together? Or are you in your 20s and already got your stuff together? Tell me your secrets. Tell me what you're doing. I want to know. I hope y'all are having a great day wherever you are, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys.